the calculator gives us 4,027. So now I'm going to go through these calculations, and this is what I want you to copy down. I have the map available to you, so the first thing I'm going to want you to do is copy down the map in your notes. So you should pause this before I continue and copy this Molar Road Map in your notes and continue to reference it. Or a better idea would be to copy it in the on a piece of paper that you can use and go to as a reference the whole time. So here is, we've got the roadmap on the top. I'm not sure if I'm covering that up or not. We start with the given number, we end with, and that's A, we end with B. Here is the question: how many grams of iron chloride will be produced when 206.9 grams of Fe2O3 reacts in this equation? So in all of the examples in this assignment, I'm giving you the balanced equation. So if we look at this balanced equation, the coefficients are here. We have 6, we have a 1, it's assumed to be 1, we have a 2, and a 3. The first thing I'm going to do is look for the number, because that's going to give me my A, and I'm going to put a box around it. 206.9 grams of Fe2O3. All right, I know that Fe2O3 is my A. Wherever I have A in my roadmap, I'm going to write Fe2O3. Down here for step 2, I have, or step 1, put a box around A and circle B. How many grams of FeCl3? So that's my question. FeCl3 is my B. I could put a box around this and a circle around this too. All right. Now the next step, find the molar mass of each. All right. The molar mass of iron is 55.85. So I have 2 times 55.85 plus 3 times 16.00 equals, I have it written down here, 159.70 grams. Okay, I'm going to find the molar mass of this one. Now, again, I'm not thinking about the 2 right there. I have 1 iron, so I have 1 times 55.85 plus 3 times 35.45. And I have that one written down as well, and that is 162.20 grams. All right, so I have shown you the work here, and I've come up with the totals. And if you remember what I said earlier, I'm giving you a strong hint that this is an answer for your molar mass calculations. All right, step 3, write the beginning and the end. By this, I write the beginning, I always write the number first. I have 206.9, that's my given number, grams. I've written grams of A. A is Fe2O3. Now I'm going to give myself all kinds of room here, and over here, write what I'm trying to find at the end, grams of FeCl3. All right, so step 1, box the A and circle the B. We identified them. We found the molar mass of each, and I wrote the beginning and I wrote the end. Now we want to plug in the values using the roadmap. So you can, if you want to, you can draw a grid like this. I can't keep these lines straight, it's really hard. Or you can just continue in the same style that we've been using. So in this first conversion factor, I have 1 mole on the top. I have to write 1 mole because that's written in black. And I have to write Fe2O3 because that is what A is. The molar mass of Fe2O3 is 159.70 grams of Fe2O3. All right, so I got this first conversion factor done. The next conversion factor, I like to put the box in there. I have moles of A on the bottom. A is Fe2O3. And I have moles of B on the top, which is FeCl. And here I'm going to get these numbers from the balanced equation. So I have a 2 in front of my FeCl3, so I put a 2 there, and this is a 1. All right, so I have my mole to mole ratio step done. And my next step is 1 mole. I'm writing 1 mole because it's written in black and I have to write everything identical, of B, FeCl3, and the molar mass of B, which is 162.20 grams of FeCl3, equals, now in the calculator, Mario, because he wants to get to Princess Beach, will take this pathway. So in the calculator, you will type in 206.9 divided by 159.70 times 2, and then this divided by 1. So I skipped the divided by 1 because we don't include it. So I'll start fresh. 206.9 times 1 divided by 159.7 times 2 divided by 1 times 162.20 equals, and that value is going to be 420.3 grams of FeCl3. So the next slide is another problem. How many grams of C8H18 will be required to produce 15.06.4 grams of CO2 in this reaction? One thing I want to point out on this side is in this problem, my A happened to be on this side and my B happened to be on this side. And it's not always going to be the case. So in this example, I'm going to find the number. This is my A, grams of CO2. So my A is now on this side, and my B, how many grams of C8H18, is going to be this side. So I'm going to put a circle around my B and a box around my A. So I boxed A and I circled B. Find the molar mass of each. I went ahead and did that to save time. I have them written here. Write the beginning and the end. The beginning is the number, 1,506.4 grams of A, which is CO2. Okay, so I've gotten that. And I'm going to write the end, which is how many grams of C8H18 will be required to produce this much carbon dioxide. All right, so I have got my box, my circle. I found the molar mass of each. I wrote the beginning and the end. And I'm just going to start the steps now. So my first conversion factor, I have 1 mole of A. In this case, every time A is CO2. The molar mass of A is 44.01 grams of CO2. It is extremely important that you write these units down. If I'm looking at your assignments and you don't write the units down, I am going to immediately give you a 5 out of 10 and tell you that you need to do that in order to get full credit. All right, so I've got this step done. The next is my mole to mole ratio. Again, I like to put the box in. Moles of A on the bottom, CO2, related to moles of B on the top, C8H18. And looking at the numbers in front of my B, I have a 2, and in front of my A, I have a 16. So 16 CO2s and 2 C8H18s. All right, got that taken care of. times 1 mole on the bottom, 1 mole of B, C8H18. And the molar mass is 114.26 grams of C8H18. And in the calculator, I'll include the ones this time. 1506.4 times 1 divided by 44.01 times 2 divided by 16 times 114.26 divided by 1 equals, and that number happens to be 164.3 grams of C8H18. So on the first problem, the A was over here, the B was over there. On this problem, they were opposite. On the next problem, we're going to see that they're both on the same side. So how many grams of oxygen are required to react with 456.2 grams of hydrogen in this reaction? So here's my balanced equation. I put a box around A. So my A is hydrogen. And a circle how many grams of oxygen. So this is my B. Here you see A and B are both on the same side. And sometimes you might have B here and A there. We're always interested in two substances and we're not worried about anything else. Step 2, find the molar mass of each. I found that and included it to save time. Step 3, write the beginning and the end. 456.2 grams of hydrogen. We have to include the formulas. In the end, we're looking for grams of O2. All right, plug the values in using the road map. Got my beginning, got my end, times on the top 1 mole of A is H2, is 2.02 grams of H2. Then in the mole-to-mole ratio, we have 2 moles of H2 for every 1 mole of O2. Remember, this is implied to be a 1. So this 2 is coming from here, and this 1 is coming from here. And so I've got this step, I've got, this is kind of acting up on me. And then I have 1 mole of B on the bottom, which is O2. And the molar mass of 2 oxygens is 32.00 grams. 456.2 times 1 divided by 2.02 times 1 divided by 2 times 32.00 divided by 1 equals, and that is 3,613 grams of oxygen. So your requirements for this assignment are going to be this is going to be included as a guide. You don't have to write anything down. You need to watch the video that I am making right now, and you need to copy down, I'll highlight it here, you have to you have to copy down all of, I'll circle in, so I want you to copy down the problem and the solution, and that is what I want you to show. You don't really have to show this stuff. You will not have to show this either, because before you start any of the problems I'm going to give you, you will have already calculated all of your molar masses. So I want you to write down the question, I want you to write down the formula, and then the solution. And for each of the 3 examples that I gave, so I'm going to look for the roadmap, I'm going to look for the 3 examples, and then I'm going to look for this table completed right here. So again, I've given you some of these already from the presentation, but I want you to have that available. Now, so this assignment is just, the only thing you're doing is copying down my examples, just like I have, and you're calculating these molar masses, and you're sending me a picture of that. The next assignment is going to be for you to solve 5 problems like this. And it shouldn't take too long. I'm giving you all of the balanced equations. You will not have to balance equations. You will already have your molar masses calculated. And here's the thing. You're going to get 5 questions from a question bank. So you are, I have 50 questions in the question bank. So you are going to get 5 separate questions out of these 50. So the likelihood of you getting the same questions as your friends is very, very slim. So I know that some of you have been working together, and I don't mind collaboration, but this is going to make sure that you are really thinking through each problem, because it's going to, that the question set of 5 questions that you get are going to be very much your own. So I'm going to open that assignment up, the second assignment up, right away. So the time of this recording is a time during COVID-19 when we're at home, in which we're given 2 assignments per week. So if I ever use this video again for any other reason, this is what I'm talking about. The first assignment this week is to copy the notes down just like I did, and the second assignment this week is to, or the first assignment is to copy these examples, calculate the molar masses. The second assignment will be for you to calculate or solve 5 mass-to-mass problems. So I'm going to open it up in case any of you do want to get started right away. So thanks for watching.